Tense dogfights erupt in space, and the fast-paced action keeps the audience on edge. The visuals are stunning, laser beams crisscrossing the dark expanse, ships darting through asteroid fields, and the destruction of enemy craft in spectacular explosions. The human forces manage to outmaneuver their technologically superior opponents, using their knowledge of the enemy's tactics against them. The once dominant alien fleet begins to falter, and for the first time, the humans feel a flicker of hope in the face of certain defeat. But even as the tide turns, the question lingers: how long can humanity hold its ground before the alien fleet retaliates with greater force? This expanded hook keeps the suspense high by giving the audience an immediate sense of urgency, while also showcasing humanity's resilience in the face of overwhelming odds. The action is fast, intense, and filled with emotional stakes. The introduction of Admiral Jackson hints at the leadership and strategy that will be crucial as the story progresses. The high-tech flashback takes us back a few years, to a time when humanity was at the peak of its alliance with the Galactic Council. We see a bustling diplomatic meeting in a grand, futuristic hall, where representatives of various alien species, including humans, are seated around a massive circular table. The humans are being lauded for their technological advancements, advanced AI systems, faster-than-light travel, and breakthrough medical technologies. They have become integral members of the Council, contributing greatly to galactic peace and prosperity. Humans are seen as a promising, peaceful species who are eager to learn from their alien allies. Admiral Jackson is present at the meeting, an idealistic leader, proud of his people's achievements. He listens to the diplomatic discussions, unaware of the brewing tensions beneath the surface. The camera shows close-ups of alien representatives exchanging worried glances, whispering among themselves. A few of them, particularly the more powerful factions within the Council, begin to grow uneasy with humanity's rapid rise. In a shadowy, high-security Council chamber, the true intentions of the Galactic Council are revealed. A group of elite Council members, including a high-ranking alien general and an influential AI architect, have secretly decided that humanity poses a threat. They fear that humanity's technological growth will soon outpace their own species and the other Council members. The humans' ability to innovate at a rapid pace, coupled with their unpredictability, has made them dangerous in the eyes of the powerful factions. The Council members' conversation is tense and calculated. They speak of humanity's dangerous potential and agree to eradicate all human colonies, labeling them as a threat to galactic peace. One member, Counselor Drax, a calculating and cold-hearted alien leader, pushes for immediate action. His rhetoric is persuasive, convincing the other Council members that humanity must be eradicated before it grows too powerful. Back on Earth, Admiral Jackson is in his office, reviewing reports about the growing tensions within the Council. He's not entirely sure why, but he senses something is wrong. Jackson receives a secure transmission, a warning from a whistleblower inside the Council. The message is encrypted, but Jackson's military expertise allows him to decipher it. It reveals the shocking truth: humanity has been marked for extermination. The Council's elites have already set the plans into motion. Jackson is stunned and angry. He has fought for the Council's ideals and has always believed that humanity's future was secure within this alliance. The betrayal cuts deep. He feels personally insulted, not just by the Council, but by the realization that humanity's value was never seen beyond what they could contribute to others. Now, they're marked for death because their very survival threatens the status quo of the Galactic Council. The scene cuts to Jackson staring out a window at Earth's beautiful cities, the weight of the betrayal sinking in. He clenches his fist in anger and determination. He knows what he has to do. Humanity will not go down without a fight. Jackson begins to secretly assemble a fleet. With limited resources and only a handful of loyal officers, he commissions the construction of advanced warships, cloaked in secrecy and far beyond what the Council expects. Jackson personally selects his top military strategists and engineers, including Captain Nyla, a brilliant young officer, and Chief Engineer Darvok, an alien defector who once served the Council but now fights for humanity's survival. Together, they work tirelessly to develop the technology that will give humanity a fighting chance against the most advanced forces in the galaxy. The flashback concludes with Jackson's final speech to his assembled fleet, preparing them for the war ahead. The galaxy thinks we are weak. They think we will fall. But humanity is stronger than they could ever imagine. We fight not just for our survival, but for our right to live on our terms. We will show them that humanity does not kneel. This flashback sequence establishes the emotional core of the story, deepens the audience's connection to Admiral Jackson, and sets up the key motivation for the upcoming battle. The betrayal adds stakes and urgency to the conflict, while also highlighting the underdog nature of the humans, making their eventual victory even more satisfying. Would you like to add anything or adjust the details? The scene opens with Admiral Jackson and his fleet approaching the colossal Galactic Council flagship, a towering, technologically advanced vessel that dwarfs the human ships. The flagship is surrounded by elite alien warships and countless AI-controlled drones, but Jackson is determined to end the war by confronting the root of humanity's betrayal. The flagship itself is a fortress, housing the highest-ranking alien leaders and the central AI control system that commands the entire alien fleet. The human stealth fleet moves in, cloaked and undetected, but soon their cover is blown by a surprise attack from the alien forces. The Admiral orders a full assault, and the battle rages as human ships and alien warships collide in the heart of the flagship's heavily defended space. Admiral Jackson, along with a small team of his best soldiers, boards the flagship via a daring boarding maneuver. The humans infiltrate the massive vessel's hulls, facing fierce resistance from hordes of alien soldiers and the flagship's AI-controlled security drones. The corridors are filled with chaos as humans fight their way through the ship, their weapons flashing in the dim lights, while AI-controlled drones and robotic sentries unleash hell on them. The visuals are intense and cinematic, alien soldiers with glowing eyes, sleek robots, and traps at every turn. The humans are forced to rely on their cunning, improvising weapons from the ship's surroundings and using their knowledge of alien technology against them. The atmosphere is thick with tension, as every step forward feels like a struggle for survival. At the heart of the flagship, in a massive, high-tech war room, Admiral Jackson finally comes face-to-face with Counselor Drax, the leader of the faction responsible for humanity's betrayal. Drax, a towering alien figure with piercing eyes, waits for Jackson, the last obstacle standing in his way of total galactic control. The two engage in a fierce verbal confrontation, with Drax coldly revealing the true depth of the betrayal. He scoffs at humanity's rise and claims that the galaxy will be better off without them, dismissing humans as a fleeting species incapable of understanding the grand design of galactic peace. Drax justifies the Council's decision, stating that humanity's technological advancements would destabilize the carefully curated galactic order. He then activates the flagship's AI to destroy the human fleet once and for all, triggering a countdown to launch a devastating weapon capable of wiping out all human colonies in the galaxy. The Admiral, fueled by rage and a sense of duty, refuses to back down. He realizes that the AI, which has been controlling much of the galaxy's conflict, is the key to taking down Drax and the flagship. As the countdown begins, the Admiral uses his knowledge of the AI's architecture, developed from years of covert operations, to begin hacking into the flagship's systems. The battle between Jackson and Drax intensifies. As the two exchange blows, Jackson wielding a high-tech energy blade against Drax's energy-infused weapon, the Admiral realizes that it's not just physical strength but the strength of human will and ingenuity that will defeat this alien menace. He uses Drax's arrogance against him, baiting the alien leader into a fatal mistake. Just as Jackson nears victory, one of his closest allies, Captain Nyla, enters the room, having successfully disabled the ship's internal defenses. She tells Jackson that the AI system has been locked out, but the flagship is about to enter a self-destruct sequence. The countdown is now too far along to stop without risking the destruction of everything they fought for. In a heart-wrenching moment, Nyla makes the ultimate sacrifice. With the countdown still ticking, she stays behind to manually disable the core reactor, knowing it will cost her life. She gives Jackson a final look, a silent nod of understanding, and detonates the reactor core from within, allowing Jackson and the remaining human soldiers to escape. As the ship begins to explode, Jackson looks back, his heart heavy with the loss of his friend and comrade. The camera lingers on Nyla's brave face as the explosion consumes the flagship. Her sacrifice marks a turning point in the battle. Humans are not only fighting for survival, but for those they've lost along the way. The destruction of the flagship sends shockwaves through the enemy fleet. Without its command and control, the alien forces are thrown into disarray. Admiral Jackson and his remaining forces manage to disable the flagship's weapon systems, preventing the destruction of the human colonies. The surviving alien ships begin to retreat, their command structures crumbling. Jackson looks out into the vast expanse of space as the flagship's wreckage drifts away. A new sense of hope fills the air as humanity's fleet, though scarred, stands victorious. The Admiral's face is a mix of triumph and sorrow, knowing that the war is not over, but humanity has proven that it will never back down. This climax builds emotional weight, offering an intense battle with high stakes, a deep sense of betrayal, and the ultimate sacrifice of a beloved character, creating a powerful turning point in the story. Would you like to add any further twists or changes to this scene? With the Galactic Council flagship in ruins and the alien fleet in disarray, the remaining forces of humanity converge on the heart of the alien command center. Admiral Jackson, gravely wounded from the previous battle, makes his way to the inner sanctum, where Counselor Drax waits. The alien leader is no longer the smug, confident figure he once was. The destruction of the flagship has thrown his plans into chaos, and the retreating alien fleet is on the brink of collapse. Drax, now desperate, stands in front of the central AI core, frantically attempting to regain control over his fleet. He sneers at Jackson, shouting that no matter what happens, the galaxy will still be under the influence of his kind. You may have won today, human, Drax spits, but the Council is infinite. You will never control this galaxy. Jackson, battered but resolute, steps forward, his voice calm yet unwavering. You're right, Counselor. You were infinite. But you were also blind. He activates a device created by Earth's top scientists, an advanced AI disruptor that uses human ingenuity to exploit flaws in the alien AI's systems. The device pulses with energy, sending ripples through the flagship's systems, causing Drax's control over the fleet to falter. You never understood us, Jackson continues. We don't need your so-called order to survive. We thrive because we adapt. We overcome. That's what makes us human. The Admiral activates the device, sending a surge of energy into the AI core, shutting down the main control systems of the flagship. With the flagship's AI disabled, the alien leader's confidence evaporates. Drax attempts to retaliate, activating emergency weapon systems and forcing the remaining ships to converge on Jackson's location. But the Admiral, using his superior tactical knowledge, exploits the chaos. He orders a small squadron of human warships to launch surprise counterattacks, using the flagship's own weapons against the enemy. As the human fleet disables alien weapons, the once unstoppable alien forces are left without direction. The tables are turned, and the fleet begins to fall apart. Drax, enraged and cornered, draws his weapon and charges at Jackson in a final act of defiance. The two clash in a fierce, emotionally charged combat, with Jackson skillfully using both advanced human tech and his tactical experience to outmaneuver the alien leader. Drax is physically superior, but Jackson's resourcefulness proves to be the deciding factor. The fight is brutal, a mix of hand-to-hand combat and high-tech weaponry. Just as Drax gains the upper hand, Jackson uses his final trump card, a hidden EMP device placed on the alien leader's weapon. With a swift movement, the device is activated, short-circuiting Drax's combat suit and disabling his weapon. In one final, decisive strike, Jackson disarms Drax and subdues him, bringing an end to the fight. It's over, Jackson says, breathing heavily but victorious. The alien leader is defeated, and the remaining alien ships, without leadership and in disarray, have no choice but to surrender. With Drax captured and the flagship destroyed, the remaining alien ships are forced to surrender. The Council's once unified front crumbles, and the galaxy watches as the humans, against all odds, emerge victorious. The surviving alien leaders, now powerless, are taken into custody, and the remnants of the alien fleet retreat, disbanding in defeat. On the bridge of Jackson's flagship, the Admiral looks out at the stars. His face is somber, marked by the sacrifices made during the battle, especially the loss of Captain Nyla, whose bravery and selflessness ensured humanity's survival. "This victory belongs to everyone who fought," Jackson says quietly, looking over the crew. "We're not just fighting for Earth anymore. We're fighting for the future of humanity." The camera lingers on the human fleet as it sails into the depths of space. Humanity has not only defeated their enemies, but they have proven to the galaxy that they will never be wiped out, no matter how powerful the opposition. This final confrontation ensures a satisfying, emotional conclusion to the battle, emphasizing the resilience and ingenuity of humanity in overcoming overwhelming odds. It also serves as a fitting resolution for Admiral Jackson's journey, marking the end of humanity's struggle and the beginning of their rise as a galactic power. Would you like any adjustments or additions to this section? The scene opens with humanity's fleet standing tall in the vast expanse of space, having decisively defeated the Galactic Council. The camera slowly pans across Earth's cities, now alive with hope and rebuilding. In the wake of their victory, humanity is no longer an underdog but the undisputed power in the galaxy. No longer oppressed, they are now the ones who define the terms of galactic peace. Admiral Jackson stands before a new, unified Earth government, addressing a global assembly. His face is weary but resolute. He speaks not just for Earth, but for the whole of humanity. "Today, we prove that we are not to be ruled, nor erased. We are humans, and we will never bow to tyranny. No longer will we cower under the shadow of the Council, nor will we accept betrayal. This galaxy belongs to those who are willing to fight for it, and humanity will lead with strength, unity, and resolve." The speech is broadcast across the galaxy, reaching the ears of former council members and countless alien species who had once viewed humanity as insignificant. This marks a pivotal moment, as humanity begins to reclaim their rightful place, not as a pawn in galactic politics, but as a force to be reckoned with. As the galaxy watches, the final remnants of the Galactic Council's leadership, those who have survived the conflict, are brought before the human authorities. The surviving council members, now stripped of their power, are made to listen as humanity delivers its message. Jackson and his council of leaders stand over a holographic screen, broadcasting a clear and undeniable message to every corner of the galaxy. "This is the end of our submission. Never again will we be manipulated or controlled. This galaxy is for those who respect the strength of all its inhabitants. Humanity is no longer your subordinate. We are not your tools, nor will we bow to your will. This is the dawn of a new age, and we will determine our future, not you." The camera lingers on the faces of the alien leaders who once sought to oppress humanity, now silent and powerless. Their defeat is complete. The remaining council members, powerless and broken, are left to watch as humanity shifts the balance of power. With the old order shattered, humanity begins to form new alliances with alien species who respected their strength and resolve. Representatives from various species, previously neutral or indifferent, approach Earth, eager to forge pacts of mutual respect. The camera shows Jackson shaking hands with the leaders of these species, marking the start of a new era of cooperation, one where humanity's voice will no longer be ignored. These new alliances are built on the foundation of strength and unity, and humanity uses this moment to spread a message of peace, one where all species can thrive together, but under the understanding that no race or civilization will be allowed to dominate the others. Earth now stands as a beacon of hope and strength, willing to protect its people, but also ready to offer alliances based on respect and fairness. The final montage shows Earth's fleet alongside their new allies, ready to face whatever the future may hold, sailing through the stars with the promise of a brighter future. Is this the beginning of a new era? The final scenes cut to a more ominous moment, Jackson aboard his flagship, standing in front of a large viewport. His eyes scan the horizon, and the music becomes more somber. While humanity has triumphed over the Council, a sense of uncertainty remains. Jackson looks toward a distant, unexplored section of the galaxy, where a strange and unidentified object seems to shimmer in the darkness. It's an unexplained anomaly, its shape and size unlike anything humanity has encountered before. Jackson's expression is thoughtful, even cautious. He turns to his first officer, Captain Nyla's replacement, Lieutenant Kara, and asks, "What do you think's out there?" Kara hesitates, looking out the window at the unexplored depths of space. "I don't know, Admiral. But I'm sure of one thing, we'll be ready." The camera lingers on Jackson's face as he watches the stars, his expression a mix of resolve and anticipation. The question remains, with the fall of the Galactic Council, have the humans truly won, or are there even greater threats lurking in the stars, waiting to rise against them? The screen fades to black, leaving the future uncertain and filled with possibilities, suggesting that humanity's journey is far from over. This resolution brings closure to humanity's struggle, solidifying their position as a galactic power, while planting seeds for future conflicts or alliances. It leaves the audience with a sense of both accomplishment and curiosity about what lies ahead. Would you like any changes to this final sequence or further elaboration on any part of it?